Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm gonna be unboxing and doing my nails with the January Your Nail Art box, and this collaboration is with Natali Carmona. I will talk more about the collaboration and more information on the Luxe box in a second, but first I just wanted to go through the items that comes in this box. So you get a 3 ml tube of polygel, which is a very pretty nude, and I will swatch all of these once I'm finished showing everything. And then you also get some rhinestones. It come in different shapes and different sizes. You also get 2 gel polishes. One's a pink and one is a nude. Followed by that, you get some pump-ups, which are some half-covered French nail tips. And I actually already have some like this. I just never use them because they have such a mean C-curve. I will give you a closer look of the nail tips just so you can see how they look up close. And what's also exciting about this box, it do come with some acrylics. This is the Makartt, like this is their first launch of any type of acrylic, and I'm just so excited because I've always wondered when would they branch out to do acrylic powders, and yeah, I'm just so excited for it. So in this box you also get an acrylic brush, and this brush is just so pretty. It have some glitters in the handle, and this is a size 10, and I believe this is about $15 on their website. And I will be testing this out also in my nail set. Now the last thing that I'm going to show that came in this January monthly box is the acrylic powders. So 2 acrylics do come with this box, and firstly I just want to say I absolutely love the packaging. Like, I don't know who's in charge of Makartt's packaging, but they are doing a really wonderful job. Like, all of these packages are just so pretty. I love the aesthetic of it. But this first powder is called Pinky Promise, and all of these jars are 2 ounces, so you do get a lot of product. The Pinky Promise color is a really pretty pink, and then you also get another nude color, and this one is called Show Off. The reason for the nudes and pink in this box is because Natali Carmona, she really loves her nudes, she really loves her pinks, and if you watch her channel you would know that. I really love her. She's actually one of the people who also inspired me to start my own channel. She does really amazing content. She's a licensed nail tech, and she also have a website where you can order nail products. I will leave her information down below just in case you want to check her out, but I'm pretty sure you guys already heard of her because she's like a really big deal. So yeah, these are the acrylics, and I'm so excited to try them out. And also, I just listened to one of my clips back. I did want to say that I do apologize if you hear the TV playing in the background because I am doing my voiceover during the day with my nieces here, so they are watching TV, and if you hear it too loud, I do apologize. So now that we have unboxed everything, I'm going to go ahead and swatch out the gel polishes, the polygel, and also the acrylic. We are going to start at the gel polishes and work our way to the acrylics. So this first color is called Sprinkles, and it is just the absolute most perfect shade of pink. It really gives off Barbie, like soft pink. It's really pretty, and I can't remember which collection this came from. It's also included in one of these 6-piece gel polishes set from Makartt. So the second color is called Ginger, and this is just a really pretty nude. I also love this one. I'm so happy these were included in the kit because you just can't really get too many pinks and nude colors. I love doing French tips, so this would work really pretty for a nail bed color and also just a solid color nail. If you happen to be looking for a good quality brand for gel polishes, please check out Makartt. These gel polishes are also very pigmented. They go on really smooth, and like they are just overall good quality. I really love Makartt's gel polishes. And if you do purchase anything separate from the Makartt website, you can use my discount code, which will save you 15% off your entire order. Now moving on to the polygels. This nude polygel is called a Siesta, which is a very pretty nude, and this is a 30 ml tube, so you do get a lot of product. The Makartt polygels are more on the stiffer side, which I absolutely love. So if you are into stiffer polygels, the Makartt polygel is perfect for you, and I can already see myself doing some sets with this. I already have a set in mind. I'm not going to say too much, but just expect a set with this poly gel because it is just so pretty. Now for the part we all have been waiting for, at least I have been waiting for. So I'm going to be swatching the acrylic powders now, and I'm just so excited that Makartt has finally branched into acrylic powders. So as you can see, I picked up the first bead, and it doesn't really take very long for the bead to become very like smooth and buttery, which is always very good because the last video I used those saviland acrylics, they was like really spiky and it was just really like chalky almost. So these acrylics turning to like that smooth texture like butter, that's good to see in the acrylic powders. Swatching these, they were a little bit sheer, so you will have to build up the pigment in them to your liking. Well, in my opinion, I don't know if my beads weren't big enough, but yeah, they did come out really pretty though. But yeah, so far for the swatches, it's working very good. It's easy to blend down the nail. I just honestly cannot get over how gorgeous these colors are. Like, I really like the fact that Natali included nudes and pinks. I feel like nudes and pinks are always included in nail sets. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the pink color as well. And while I'm letting this play out, I do want to mention more on the Your Nail Art box. So the Your Nail Art box is a secondhand brand of Makartt, and they do have a monthly subscription box. So all of these items that I'm showing is in the Luxe box, and this is $35 a month, which I believe these products value up to like $50 to $100, which is very good. You're only paying $35 a month. The regular box includes everything except the acrylic powders and acrylic brush, I believe. I will leave everything down below like I mentioned. So the second color, called Pinky Promise, I picked up a bead, and also it doesn't take that long to become buttery as well, which that's one thing I really love about acrylics, like the butteriness to the acrylic powders. Like, it just goes on really smooth and it's less work. Very gorgeous color. It does look a little bit sheer near the tip of the nail, which I feel like you would have to like add layer and layer. I will get more into that once I'm doing my nail set because it's kind of going too fast. I can't really keep up with it. Yeah, these are all of the colors. I went ahead and labeled my swatch sticks because I do plan to keep these. The first two are the gel polishes. The one in the middle there is the polygel A Siesta. It looks a little bit more darker now that it's been cured and everything. And then the second two are the acrylic powders, which is Show Off and Pinky Promise. I really love these colors, and Natali really did her thing curating everything in this box. I do recommend getting the Luxe box because it's just a better value. So let's go ahead and start my nail set. So in my last video, if you did see that video, I tried the 5XL full cover nail tubes from 𝓏𝐼𝐼𝐼𝐼, and I did use the Femi Beauty method with acrylic, and for my pinky nail, it did rip off my nail, so I did have a band-aid on it, and I'm going to be doing a method to like kind of fix that for this nail set because I am going to be using the nail tips that was included in the Your Nail Art box collaboration. So firstly, I'm going in as always and applying my UNT peel off base coat. I did get this from Amazon, but it's currently like not available anymore. I'm not sure why, but if you do want to peel off base, I believe Makartt has one, and then you also can use Elmer's glue. A lot of people say it's toxic, but it's really not. Like, it's literally a pop-off method for your nails, or you also can go in with like a transfer foil. And then once I let that completely dry, I do go in with a layer of base coat over all of my nails, and then I cure for 30 seconds. And if you do want to keep your nails on, you want them to last, do not do this step because this is just a pop-off method for if you want to practice. If you do want to keep them on, go in and like file the shine off your nails, push the cuticles back. But to fix this nail, I'm going to go in with these That's Girl full cover nail tips. These are soft gel tips. I'm going to go in with the smallest size, and one thing I do love about these nail tips is that they are already pre-etched under the inside, so you are good to go. But I'm just going to be using the press method just like I always do for my nails, and I'm going to be putting some base coat inside the nail tip, and then starting at the cuticle area, I'm just going to put that all the way down to my nail. I don't want it to go anywhere below because once I cured this, it did start to turn red and it got a little bit of irritation. It doesn't hurt, it did start to feel a little bit irritated, but once I fully cured that, I'm going to go in and clip that down, and then I'm also going to be taking my hand file and I'm just going to be rounding out the tip, just kind of filing it down and filing the surface to make it more like a natural nail, if that makes sense. So once I finish, I'm just going to wipe off the dust, and this is how that nail looks. And now I'm just going to take some alcohol and just wipe off my nails, because I did go on with a layer of base coat. So I do want to kind of dehydrate them before I go in with the nail tips, because sometimes the glue doesn't stick to the base coat. So here are the French tip nails from Makartt. Like I said, I already have some, so I'm not going to open the newest ones that I just got in the box. I'm just going to take these, and they are the exact same. But here's how the nail looks. Like, looking down the nail, it has such a high C curve, like it's really defined. And I really love the look of C curve nail tips, but sometimes the product, like, you have to go in with more product on the sides, and I just can never get that part to look right. Most of the times in my experiences, they come out really bulky, and if I file too much, it looks very skinny. So that's just kind of why I steered away from very defined C-curve nails. But I'm just going to go ahead and size out all of my nail tips, and then I will be going in with the glue that comes with the nail tips. And halfway through applying these, I did switch over to my Makartt brush on nail glue, because for some reason this glue is like, it never really sticks as fast as I would like to, and like, I'm very impatient sometimes. So I did end up switching to my brush on nail glue from Makartt, and it worked really good. Now that I have the nail tips on, I'm just going to go in with my nail tip cutter, and I'm going to be cutting these nails down. I was going to keep them long because, as you guys know, I love my really long nails. But since my pinky nail is broke and it's kind of irritated right now, I don't want to put too much tension on my nails, because with longer nails, you get like tension on the nail bed. So I wanted to prevent that. So I'm going to go for a medium length. And to measure the nails, I measure from cuticle to cuticle and just cut them down to all of the same length. And then for my thumb, I just kind of guess it, because I can't really measure that to all of my other nails. Once I have cut them down, I'm gonna go over my nail bed and a little bit over where the tip meets my natural nail with some base coat. I like to do this step just because I have peel off base, and I don't want the nails to pop off while I'm filing, so it just kind of reinforces the nail and also just protects my natural nail a little bit more. And then of course I'm gonna go in and cure for 30 seconds. So now that I have that cured, of course I'm going to be using the acrylic powders because I just couldn't wait to use these. But here I'm just briefly showing some of the items that I'm going to use. I ended up only using one of those butterflies that I just showed. And then I also had some of these little confetti hearts, but it didn't turn out right. It was just really thick, and I couldn't really encapsulate them flat to my nail how I would like to. So I did end up not using those. And to start off, I'm going to be using my acrylic brush that was provided with the kit, but I will be honest, it's honestly not the best brush because I've already got some acrylic powders stuck in the brush just from doing 2 swatches. If you watch Natali Carmona video where she introduced her collaboration with the Your Nail Lab box, she also said the same exact thing, that this wasn't the best brush. And of course she is a professional, so if anyone knows, she definitely knows. So when I went in with that first bead, it was very runny. So I went in on the sides just to kind of stop the product from getting on my skin. Lord knows I don't want that to happen again. So I went ahead and wiped the sides, and I just kind of brushed the product down the nail. So for my next couple of beads, I am gonna go in with like drier beads. Before I placed it on the nail, I am gonna dry it off with my paper towel. And here is the second bead. Like I said, I did go in and dry off the bead, and it's still a little bit runny. It's not as runny as the first one. As you can see, it's kind of dripping back towards my cuticle area and like my side walls. I'm taking the tip of the brush and just removing that, and then I'm just brushing the rest of the product down. One thing I really did like about this acrylic powder is that it's really easy to blend down. One thing I didn't really like is that it's very sheer. Like, I don't know if I was wiping it a little too soon, but it's like I was just wiping the product off the nail. So I did have to go in with many beads just to kind of get the coverage that I like. So I'm just going to go in with a few more beads to try to get that coverage that I like, and then I'm going to go in at the tip and do the Pinky Promise color. that I'm done with the pinky nail, I wanted to go in with the nude and do a solid nail. So I decided to do the full coverage nude on my middle finger. And of course I made sure to dry off my bead since I didn't want to go in with a runny bead like on the previous two nails. And when I drained the bead off, it was still very runny. And my room was a little bit warm because I did have the heat on, and usually a warm setting room would allow the acrylic beads to dry up faster, which wasn't the case at all. So at this point I'm just trying to find out a way to get this less runny, and then I thought of the acetone and monomer hack. I've seen this everywhere, I've seen people do it, I just never tried it before, so this was the perfect time to try. So I'm gonna take my 100% acetone and I'm just gonna put a few drops in my monomer. I'm gonna take my brush and just give it a swirl, and then I'm gonna go in and try another bead. Oh, and by the way, I did end up changing over to my Kara Sky brush because the Makartt acrylic brush just wasn't really working. It was really flimsy and it was just making my application a little bit harder. But as you can see, this bead is a lot less runny. Like, the acetone really worked. It's staying in place where I put it, and it's not flooding the sides like my side walls. It does float down just a little bit, but that is just the gravity helping you do the work. The acetone and monomer hack was a lifesaver. It did make my work a lot easier. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish doing this nail a solid color of this nude. And so now that I'm done with the middle finger, I did want to do two solid nails of this Pinky Promise color. Of course, I'm still using that acetone and monomer hack, and it really worked. Like, it was just a lifesaver for these colors. And I really did love this pink color as a solid color because the ombres, you can't really see the color as much, but like with a full coverage of the same exact color, it shows up really well. So yeah, I'm just gonna do full coverage of this color on my ring finger, and then I'm also gonna repeat that on my thumb. But I believe I'm not gonna show the thumb. I'm gonna do that off camera just so the video isn't too long, because I do still have to encapsulate some of my nail art. Also, I just wanted to say that if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. So I did go ahead and finish up all of my applications to all of the nails. I did go ahead and repeat that same process on my thumb with the Pinky Promise color. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I didn't end up using those hearts that I showed, but I did go in instead and use these neon butterflies. I do believe these glow in the dark. but I'm just going to use my clear acrylic to stick these on. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have anything planned, but I just put some butterflies on like the tip of the nail. And also this was just to kind of hide that ombre, since it wasn't really how I liked, and the pink color wasn't showing as bright. I'm not going to use the acetone and monomer hack for this because I used the clear pretty good, and it's just to stick on these butterfly decals. I just did something simple for my pinky nail since I did do an ombre. I didn't want to do too much, but for my ring finger, I am going to put these butterflies as if they're flying around the sides of my nail. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here. Like, I wanted it to give that effect as if there's flying up like at an angle, but I believe I put too many of them and it kind of took away the effect, so it just kind of looks like I just placed them on one side of the nail. But I did go in and add some rhinestones later to the other side, so it kind of balanced it out. So I knew for sure that I wanted to use one of these metal butterfly embellishment pieces. So I'm going to be taking this little motor tool that I got from Shein. I did show this in one of my Shein hauls. When you have these metal pieces that's hard to lay flat on the nail, you put it inside the motor and just squeeze it for a few seconds. It did create a slight curve, but I did have to go in and bend it just a little bit more so that it would lay completely flat to my nail. And then I'm just going to be applying that with some clear acrylic. I'm also going to be applying more of the butterflies to my index and thumb. I'm just going to let this part play out because it's pretty self-explanatory. So after adding all of my nail art and butterflies, this is what the nails look like with application and nail art only. I did go ahead and finish my thumbnail off camera. As you can see, it's still a little bit wet. I literally just finished it and I'm just fixing that a little bit. I did decide to go ahead and encapsulate and file off camera. So here's what the nails look like once I have finished encapsulating, and they are looking a little bulky, especially my pinky nail, because I did try to encapsulate the other hearts on it and I did end up adding more acrylic than I needed to, so I will need to file that down. And then I went ahead and filed, and this is how the nails are looking. I really love the shaping. I didn't want to go too hard with the filing on my pinky nail because of course it's very short and I didn't want to add any tension and a lot of pressure to cause it any pain. I'm going to wash my hands to remove the dust so I can go in with my rhinestones. I'm going to be using 3 different types of rhinestones. The first 2 are the gold ones that I got from Amazon, and then I'm also going to be using the clear rhinestones that came in the Your Nail Lab box. I'm also going to be using the pink ones just to tie in the pink to this design. I've already added my rhinestones to my pinky nail, and I'm just going to be showing you guys what I did on my index here. So first I'm just adding some top coat. The top coat is from Makartt, and since I'm not doing too much, I'm just going to be adding the top coat first and just carrying the rhinestones onto the top coat. If I was doing a crazy bling set, I would go in with the top coat and then use like rhinestone glue to adhere the rhinestones. It would just be easier that way. I just decided to do something very simple at the cuticle area because honestly I just didn't know what to do, but I did want to use all of these colors because I did use a nude and the gold complements the nude, and then I also did pink. So I did go in with all 3 colors of rhinestones, and I'm just going to be repeating that to all of my nails except my ring finger. I did flash cure all of the rhinestones for about 15 seconds just to keep them in place. Once I finish adding on all of the rhinestones, I'm going to cure for 30 to 60 seconds just to make sure that they are completely cured and also cured in the top coat. So like I mentioned before, the butterflies on my ring finger, it didn't really have that effect because I felt like I added too many of them. So since it looked like it's just on one side of the nail, I did go in and add rhinestones to the other side. I did use these smaller gold ones, and then once I finished putting these on, I did cure them. I'm gonna add my cuticle oil and I will be back to show you guys the finished product. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but Makartt will be coming out with their acrylic line, which is called Makartt Pro, and I'm super excited to see all of the colors that they create. So of course they have the pink and the nude that I showed that comes in the Your Nail Lab box. They also have a silver glitter, and then they also have a clear and also like a milky white. I believe the name of it is lace white, so I'm guessing it's a milky white. I did order the clear. I have it on my shelf ready to test out, and then I do plan on getting the other two colors to review them just to see if it's any different. But yeah, I'm really excited to see all of the colors that Makartt puts out. And after rubbing in the cuticle oil, this is how the nails look that I created using the January Your Nail Lab box collaboration with Natali Carmona. I really love her box. Everything she curated was perfect. I really love the pinks and the nudes. I will leave everything down below, the website to subscribe to get these monthly subscriptions. Once again, you can get the regular box, which is $25, and then you can get the luxe box, which includes everything that I show in today's video, which is $35, and you can cancel at any time. I really recommend you guys getting the $35 box because the value, I believe the value of the items equals up to like $100 something, so that is a really good deal. Comment down below what you guys thought of this nail set, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.